So over the last year that I've been waiting for my kit, I've been watching all the S-21 build videos, all the YouTube guys out there that are doing it, great content. It's really helped me. But one thing I've noticed also in looking at the Facebook group posts, there seems to be sometimes some difficulty rolling the leading edge of the rudder. And I can see where that could be a problem because the tube that you use to roll kind of bows up in the middle and can cause some problems, and it's kind of hard to hold it down and, makes it a little difficult. I've got an idea for a fixture that will hold the tube in place and allow for the tube to remain nice and linear as you're rolling it and then consequently bending the sheet metal. I've got a design I'm working on. I'll show you what I've got that I think is going to work pretty good. This is the piece I'm designing, the Rudder skin rolling fixture, and this will mount to the table, and I'm just using SolidWorks here. By the way, if you're an EAA member, for an extra $100 a year you can get a SolidWorks subscription, so you can model things like this and 3D print them, mill them, whatever. But anyhow, this is what I've come up with here. My table this will mount right into the corner of the table, the overhang of my table or workbench. And then the tube, the 1 1/4 inch tube, will fit through there. Of course, I'll Cleco the bottom edge of the skin, and then I'll roll it around. And this will keep the tube from bowing up, and it'll just keep it nice and in line with where it needs to be. I'll probably run 3 or 4 of these along the length of the rudder. And we'll see how that works here once I get these printed up. But real simple part. I think this is going to solve the problem that some have with the tube bowing up in the middle when you're trying to bend it and not getting a really good bend. Here are the parts after printing. I printed these in black PETG on my, I have an Anycubic Cobra Max printer. They came out real nice. And you'll see here, I've already marked where the end ones will go. I'm gonna put 1 or 2 in the middle, I'm not sure yet. And I've got these where I can screw 2 in from the bottom and then 1 in from the side. And they just go on the overhang here into the tabletop. I'll screw 2 in from the bottom, 1 in there. That'll hold that in place. 1 there, and like I said, maybe 1 or 2 in the middle. And then you can see what'll happen here is I'll slide the tube in. I'll Cleco from underneath. I made sure I had enough clearance here from the edge of the table to the center of the tube to where I could still get the Clecos in there. And I'll Cleco everything up. I'll run the tube in, and then I'll take the tube and rotate it, and it should follow through here. These are kind of like rolling dies, I guess you might say. And that should keep the tube from bowing up in the middle, should keep everything nice and tight and get a good consistent bend, in theory at least. We'll see how practically that turns out. I got a tube here I'm going to use to roll the leading edge of the rudder. My local metal supplier did not have any aluminum 1 1/4 in stock. He could have got some, but he was gonna have to charge me like $200 in freight. I said, no thanks. I said, what do you got with some welded steel tubing? He said, yeah, I've got that in stock. So I ended up doing steel. It was actually gonna be cheaper than the aluminum, even if he had the aluminum in stock. So here's what I got. I got a 8-foot length of this 1 1/4 inch welded seam steel tubing. I'm gonna go ahead and I got a piece of this angle iron, aluminum angle. It's about a 2-inch by 1-inch section. Setting my tube in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and run a line which I'll use then to drill the holes and get the sheet on it. Got my line there all the way down, so that way it's nice and straight and not twisted. I'll go ahead and set my leading edge on this. and start drilling the holes to get it clecoed on. And then I will bring it over here and try out my rolling fixture jig system here and see how that works. Okay, I got the tube set down here. I've drilled one hole at the very end and I've clecoed this end here, and I've set the tube down. I've got it weighted down with some lead shot bags. Coincidentally, on the lead shot, I bought 50 pounds of lead shot in bulk, and then I bagged them up with these poly bags. I have a heat sealer that I use for my robotics company when I'm packaging up parts. Package them into exactly 5-pound bags, which turns out fits cornhole bags. You can buy these cornhole bags unfilled, and they fit right in there. I still haven't sewn these edges up yet. I'm gonna get that done. But it makes nice little 5-pound bags. Perfect. So anyways, I got this weighted down so it's not moving around on me. And that way I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna drill this end on the line, cleco that, and start working my way, getting all those clecoed on there. And then I should be getting close to forming it. I've gone through and I fully drilled through the ends clecoed. Then I've gone through and just started to drill into the steel to mark it. Being that this is steel and not aluminum or PVC, it's harder to drill, and I don't want to run the risk of the bit walking and opening up any of the holes on the rudder skin. So I've just got these marked. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to put it in my, put the tube in my tube jig here. I'm going to fixture it up on the drill press here, and I'm going to just use the drill press to make sure I get my holes nice and straight into the marks I've already got there. So I'll do that now. Okay, I've got my V-groove drilling jig here on the press. I've got it lightly set in here with these toe clamps in my T-slot table. I got this, the drill press didn't come with this. I bought this T-slot table on eBay. The table it came with really isn't suitable for this kind of stuff. It had massive T-slots, and you know, I'm doing smaller things. So I put this on it, and it's great for this kind of stuff. And then I went ahead and got a bunch of toe clamps, T-slot nuts, different hardware. So anyhow, here's what I got. I've got it lightly set. I've got this running right down in the center there. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down and fix this into position. There we go. Check for center again. Looks good. Let me just give it a little twist here. Right there in the center. All right, well now I can bring my tube over and set it up on here and work my way down. I'm probably gonna get a support that I'm gonna hang off because it's an 8-foot tube, and that way I'll be able to support it while I'm drilling it. Another reason to put my drill press on wheels, normally my drill press sits over there. If I'm working on small parts, it's a great spot for it. But when I'm doing larger stuff, I need to be able to move it around. I've got all my tools mobile here, bandsaw, my sanding disc over there, drill press, got my sandblasting cabinet over there, all on wheels so I can move everything around. Same thing with my workbench here and these benches. Just to be able to reconfigure the space as I need. So I'll go ahead and finish setting this up, and I'll get to drilling on that tube. Got all my holes drilled. all the way down. I'll go ahead and get her clecoed up, get ready to bend. I've got the tube set up in here on the bench. I slid it through my bending jigs. And what I have to do now is I have to come up underneath and I have to cleco. I've already got one here and I've got one at the end. I've got to cleco all these holes in from underneath. When I designed these, I made sure that the distance between the surface of the table and the center of the tube was such that I could fit a cleco in there. Got them all clecoed in place. You'll notice that I made sure that when I drew these up that the width of them or the thickness of them was such that I could fit them between clecos. So that way I wasn't leaving out a cleco anywhere and potentially getting a poor radius at that location. So this is all ready to go. I'm gonna try this single person by myself. I think it might work. It's steel, so it's gonna be pretty torsionally rigid. And I think I'll get on the end with a pipe wrench and give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I don't like how it's going and I'll get a helper. That looks almost like the clecos are resting at 90. Let me give this a little more. Just a squeeze more. That's it. Well, I'm pretty happy with how that worked out. That seems to have done the trick. I made sure I put a little lubrication in there, a little WD-40. And, you know, just myself, I didn't need any help. I just grabbed onto the end of it here with that pipe wrench and just slowly turned it. I didn't get any bending or flexing in the middle. And everything was nice and linear all the way down, nice straight shot. And it appears to have given me a really nice radius all the way down. So I'm gonna take it out now. What I'm gonna have to do is uncleco it. I'll slide the tube out and I'll roll the rudder skin out of the fixtures here. And let's take a look and see what I ended up with. Nice.